This is my project for principles of big data, which is to analyze the Twitter data. In the first phase, we have collected the data which is related to the recent issue happened in USA with using hashtags Black Lives Matter, George Floyd, and Justice and Racism, and I can't breathe. Using these hashtags, I have collected the data from the Twitter, and after collecting the data using Spark, I have run the queries on the collected different queries on the collected data and have done the visualizations. This is the phase 2 where I have used the Google Colab to run this. These are the required packages in order to run this. I have used the PySpark as we have running the queries in the Spark, and for visualization I have used Matplot library and Seaborn, and with using these steps we have started the Spark session and reading the data which is collected in the phase 1 using the Python script. Here I have created some of the views for the collected data like tweet table and users, entity, users retweeted, like that. This is the first query to fetch top 20 trending hashtags. We will see the graph here. The top highest tweeted hashtag is Black Lives Matter, and the second is Racist in Chief, and the third is India for Sushant. In the collected data, these are the top 20 trending hashtags, and the second query is to fetch 20 most influential people based on the retweet count. See, these are the top 20 retweeted people. Their tweets are most retweeted by other people. And this is the third query, top 10 countries based on tweets posted. We have segregated the data based on the countries from where the data is posted, and here we are plotting the graph. Most of the tweets are coming from United States, as it is occupied. The 3/4 of the pie chart is occupied by United States, and the second is United Kingdom. Here we can see the bar graph for the same. This is third query, executing the query and retrieve information regarding tweets based on different location. This gives the tweeted states in USA, and for each and every query I am generating the result of the query is saving to a CSV file, which is saved and uploaded to the GitHub, and even I am saving the graph image also. Like this I have run different queries. For the phase 3 I have changed this a little bit, where all these graphs and data can be accessed through a website. For that I have used the Python with Flask, where it acts as the server in the backend, and I have created the REST API with path query /id. Based on the received id, I'm processing the query here and returning the image file which is generated after processing the query. See, based on the id I have received, I'm processing the different queries and sending the image file, which is a graph, as the output, which is generated as the output. For this, the same I have applied as I explained earlier in the phase 2. The same code I have modified and made the same code is running in the server, and in the form of, and I have created in the form, this code gives the result in the form of REST API, where using HTML and the JavaScript I am sending the request from the front end. This is my front end code, where it is querying based on the ID. See, 127.0.0.1:5000 is the default port used by the Flask, and with the path query /1. As I showed here, this is the path in order to hit this backend with query and the ID. And based on the ID here, we are executing the corresponding query to that and sending it. Now we'll see the output. See, this is my output. Suppose this is the output for top 10 followers based on the location. See, based on these location, accounts with more followers. See, the accounts with more followers are New York Times, NY Times. It has the 31% of more followers who tweeted on these issues. If we clicked on some query to get most mentioned Twitter accounts, see, query to fetch users geolocation enabled or not, whether the tweeted user enabled the geolocation in order to get the coordinates of that user, they need to add the geolocation. See, for 58% of the users is disabled the geolocation and 41% of the users enabled. This is the query to fetch the top 20 tremendous hashtags, trending hashtags. See, in the top it is Black Lives Matter. It is the most tweeted hashtag, and after that the racist in chief, and after that India for Sushant. Likewise, all the queries I have given here. On clicking of the query, here this graph will change automatically. It will send a request to the backend, and the backend will, as a response, the Python Flask, which acts as a server, will send a image file for this with maximum this is the tweets with the maximum keywords. Black Lives Matter has the maximum, after that racism and George Floyd. This is the keyword that used in the tweets. There are the queries to fetch number per each day. How many queries are using are tweeted? Top countries which posted the simply. This is my visualization of the Spark queries and the website, which is completely dynamic. On click of the queries here, I am making a request to the backend, where backend is sending the response after processing the query. Yeah. Thank you.